Hi, today I'm reviewing the Primera Rich Foaming Clarifying Cleanser. And really quick, I just want to say, purchase all these products with my own money. So if you want to help keep the channel independent, check out my products at don'tbeasbeauty.com or click on the Amazon link below. So this brand is new to Sephora, and I've had a lot of requests to start reviewing their products. So starting with the basic, which is just a cleanser, but I'll definitely be reviewing more from the brand. So I know you guys are excited to hear about it and see whether or not it's good for your skin. So starting with their basic foaming cleanser, they state it's packed with natural ingredients and salicylic acid, which removes impurities and makeup from your skin. So anyway, now I've had a chance to try it for a couple weeks now. You know what? I love foaming cleansers because you don't have to work with the gel to get it a lather. So usually they're a little bit easier to use. And you know what though? To get a lather, I usually use my Clarisonic or my Foreo sponge, and I have no problem. But foaming cleansers, you know what? I always use foaming cleanser for my hand cleanser. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on it based on my Sarah score scale. And my first criteria is packaging, and it's a huge squeeze tube bottle. Although, I'm wondering, I just noticed that this unscrews, so theoretically you could take a cleanser and put it in here and have it foam. It might need to be kind of a liquidy cleanser, but anyway. Packaging is good, no issues with that. It's got the nice foaming cleanser nozzle on it, and it's definitely a large bottle of 6.7 ounces, so it definitely takes up some space on your bathtub shelf there, which my dog continually knocks over. But anyway, the packaging is good. My second criteria is alcohol, and this does not contain any denatured or drying types of alcohol, so that is always a very good thing as well. My third criteria is fragrance, and this is really the only issue I really have with this product is it does have fragrance and a noticeable scent to it. It's higher up on the ingredient list. Usually it's one of the last few ingredients. It's pretty high up, and the scent is definitely very noticeable when you use it. Although once you rinse it off, the scent is pretty much gone. It might linger for a minute or two, but after you move on to your routine and tone and things, it won't be noticeable any longer. So thankfully, fragrance isn't nearly as much of an issue in a product that is a rinse-off product, although it's definitely more of an issue if you have sensitive skin and things like that, but a rinse-off product's not as huge of a deal. So, which is also why adding salicylic acid into it is nice effort, but for the most part, it's rinsed off your skin before it even has a chance to do anything. So, anyway, you know what? I've been kind of inspecting a lot of their products, and fragrance is in most, if not all of them, which is a little disappointing, especially if you have sensitive skin, although the brand is owned by Amore Pacific, which their products, if you notice, fragrance is in most of them. Although the products from them that the fragrance isn't in, like their black tea essence, love that. Very expensive, but I love it. No fragrance in it, but I guess it shouldn't be as much of a surprise to note that fragrance is in most of their things since Amore Pacific puts it in there. And they also own Laneige, which has a fair amount of fragrance in a lot of their products as well. So let's see. On to my fourth criteria, which is the manufacturing location. And this is made in Korea, so no issues with that. Ease of use. Very easy to use. You make a couple pumps of foam, smooth over your skin, and then rinse it off. Covers your skin pretty easily. A little bit goes a long way. You don't really need to do too much rubbing on your skin to get a pretty good cleanse. So a lot of other cleansers kind of require a lot of effort and rubbing, especially like on mascara and things like that. This one doesn't, so it makes it a good ideal cleanser, especially if you don't want to do a step routine where you use an oil cleanser, then a regular cleanser, then a toner. This is a good all-in-one cleanser for those that wear foundation and makeup and sunscreen and mascara and eye makeup. So it does a very good job. Rinses clean, doesn't leave your skin feeling dry or tight or anything. Yeah, so I like the fact that you don't have to do a lot of rubbing and things, which can be kind of irritating to your skin and kind of stretch it out and things like that. My sixth criteria is antioxidants, and for the most part, preservatives, solvents, and surfactants seem to make up the majority of the ingredient list, especially in the highest ingredients. Salicylic acid is in there, but really can't do much for skin since it's going to be rinsed off. and only be on skin for a couple of seconds. Also has broccoli in it, borage seed oil, Brussels sprouts, sunflower seeds, and strawberry extract. So it does have some good natural ingredients in there as well, but just the majority of the product is kind of the fillers, preservatives, things like that. So I would have perhaps liked to see it, a couple of the really good beneficial ingredients closer to the top, and potentially rearrange it, although I know making a foaming cleanser is kind of more of a challenge with some of the preservatives and things like that. So just would have liked to see a little bit more beneficial ingredients instead of really focusing on the salicylic acid, which really can't do much at all once it's rinsed off anyway. So let's see. My 7th criteria is animal testing, and I did a little bit of research, and it looks like this brand is cruelty-free. There's so many different cruelty-free sites that list brands that are cruelty-free. The one I found this was on unipeach.com, unepeach.com, and they have a whole list of K-beauty brands and which ones are cruelty-free and which ones aren't. So this one appears to be cruelty-free, which is nice to see. My 8th criteria is performance, and does a good job removing all makeup, residue, sunscreen, foundation, mascara very easily. Doesn't leave your skin feeling super dry or tight, which is also nice. Does a good job cleansing any oil and things like that. Yeah, so I think it performs very well, in my opinion. A little bit goes a long way. And I like the fact that it didn't leave my skin feeling dry or tight or flaky or anything like that. So did a very good job in terms of performance. Price is my 9th criteria, and this is the full size, which is 6.7 ounces, which is pretty decent size, and retails for $25. So from Sephora, $25 for 6.7 ounces of a cleanser is a pretty good deal. Most of the cleansers are $30 and up, so this is one of the more affordable ones, so definitely a good deal on that. And then my 10th criteria is the it factor. You know, if this was much less scented, I would probably like it a little bit more. It does have a heavy fragrance to it. Yeah, and I personally, have a hard time finding a good foaming cleanser for my face that does a great job removing makeup and sunscreen and foundation, and this is one of the few that I've tried that actually does a good job with it. However, I just have a hard time overcoming that large amount of fragrance, and then the fact that it doesn't have a ton of beneficial ingredients that are really high up on the ingredient list. Perhaps I'm getting a little nitpicky, but overall, it's still pretty darn good, just not one of the best, but in terms of foaming cleansers, it is one of the best I've tried. So overall, I gave this a 7 out of 10, which is still pretty good. So I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out, or if you've tried anything else out from them. What have you tried from them, and how have you liked it? So definitely leave a comment. And I'll definitely be reviewing more from them in the future. So anyway, leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Check out nobsbeauty.com and the Amazon link below. And thank you guys so much.